Hey everyone, it's Gamefruitpulp, and welcome to Minecraft Building Toronto livestream. I am excited to have you all here with me today. I'm here with Star, who is always kind enough to join us. Junwa, thanks for joining the stream. Good to see you. I hope that the volume of the music and of Star and everything is good. If it is not, someone let me know and we will make some adjustments. But it should be a pretty exciting stream today, I think. We are going to do a few things. The first is obviously start on Ripley's Aquarium, which is big in its own right. And what we're also going to do is sort of go over the map in general and take a look at some of the new stuff that's been finished over the last year, because we do have a lot of new community members because our last video on Toronto went kind of crazy. Which is awesome, but it should be a good time. Star, thanks as always for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Sounds seem good on my... Perfect. Alrighty, well, we've got a good number of our builders here today, other than myself and Star. We've also got Newfoundland, Spark Fox, Maxwell, and Von Frank. And I'd be very surprised if Mike doesn't join us shortly as well. Mike's usually pretty excited for these kind of things, and Mike and Fox went and laid out most of the actual outlines of the building last night, so we should be good to get sort of cooking with this build right away. On these group builds, I don't do a lot of the building most of the time. The last time we did one of these was, of course, the roundhouse just south of the aquarium, and I actually just worked on roads while the build team sort of did their magic. Fox is saying that all they did was this. I shouldn't have given you any credit then, Fox. You didn't do anything. Soul, thanks for joining the stream. Fox did this very precise rectangle. It's impressive stuff there. But yeah, builders, I'm assuming you're all watching. Feel free to get started. They have their own chat going, voice chat. We'll probably hop into that at some point as well as the stream goes on. And yeah, the other real thing is this is a good opportunity to get all your questions answered. I had a lot of comments and feedback on the building, the 2025 year in review video. I tried to reply to all the comments, but there's so many, I don't think YouTube was actually pushing them to me. So I may have missed some. So if you do have any questions about the project in general, let me know, and I'll answer them as we sort of get everything going.
And if you're watching the stream, don't forget to hit the like button on the stream.
Oh, yes, of course. Fox's cape is just going wild. So, I guess first thing I need to do, like always, is load up.
You have the physics mod on, don't you?
Oh, I do have the physics mod on. That's why it's going wild. So for the next stream, this stream, like I said, I don't plan on doing too much of the building for this one because it is a group project, but Star and I have discussed in future streams setting up the stream so that when I'm looking at the when I'm looking at Google Maps, you'll be able to see like my screen, which will be obviously a big sort of improvement. But I guess I will let the builders start on the actual build, and I'll probably work on the sidewalk for now. That's usually I'm usually sidewalk man, so I will probably start with that. But this is a nice little area to finish off for sure, because it will close off the whole block. Like what I would say is probably the most famous block in Toronto, right? We've got the Rogers Centre, we've got the CN Tower, we've got the Convention Centre, and then obviously Ripley's Aquarium, like a huge tourist destination for sure. So, and then Star, what is your plan for the stream other than providing us with some excellent commentary?
I don't know.
There's a build you could do, or you could help with the aquarium. I feel like you greatly regret volunteering to build that building. Am I fair in that assessment?
I don't know. I don't know if I regret it. I feel bad about not finishing it.
Okay. The other problem is like the part you've done is so good that I have no interest in continuing, because I know I won't live up to that. Like that level of detail.
It will be done. It's just currently my feeling bad about it being incomplete hasn't overridden my my undesire to do it, I guess.
Oh, the Hudson's Bay has joined us back from, well, it's spelled Hundison Bay, not Hudson's Bay, but I was going to say back from the depths of closed famous businesses. That means nothing to our American. This means nothing to our American friend Star, who hasn't brushed up on the most well-known businesses in the history of Canada. But that is okay. And for those watching, if you don't know, you can join the server as well and sort of hang out while we build. The IP for that is BuildingTO.ca, which our server YouTube channel will happily put in the chat right now, which of course is definitely not me also. Oh, and Star did it too. This is very impressive. Look at this server staff really going wild here.
You know the fact that one of those is the same person?
Yeah, that's okay. We don't need to talk about that. This will probably be... I'm trying to get away from doing only Minecraft content, but it seems like the interest in others wasn't as high as Minecraft, so we may just stick to Minecraft for the foreseeable future, or we may give Hightail one more try.
They have added some more stuff.
You can join the server as a visitor, even if your computer isn't very good. If you do want to join as a builder, obviously we would recommend a better PC. But if you just want to join and walk around, you can sort of do that whenever. It's an open server. So, obviously this is not a build we're going to finish today. But the goal is sort of to get the shell done, like we did with the roundhouse. And I actually think that this is probably my favorite building on the map, just because of how accurate it is to the real world rec room. Like, everything is where it's supposed to be. It's pretty cool.
I love the little claw arcade thing in there.
We need to set up some sort of I'm sure there's got to be a plugin somewhere that has it, like some sort of arcade plugin where you can like. I don't know how it would work, but
I've already done tennis. What more do you want?
listen, if we keep getting great support on Patreon, we'll be able to keep buying fun plugins. Hey, Agent, thanks for joining the stream. And yeah, they did. I can't say I did much on this build at all, but almost all the other builders did. So our sort of plan as a build team going forward is that we're going to do 2 months of working on individual builds, or like the builders are always welcome to build in groups if they want to. But it's not like, I mean, not encourage isn't the right word. If the builders want to build as a group, they always can. But the sort of plan is we got 2 months of working on whatever you sort of want, whether that's the builds you're assigned or maybe you team up with a builder or two to work on something more complex. But 2 months of that, and then 1 month where our focus is on a group build. So we built this and this was sort of established a couple of months ago. So we built this in, I think, September is when we started. We finished building it, I believe, in October. And then we had November, December, and January for everyone to work on sort of individual builds. And then for February, we're working on this group build. Hopefully, most of it is finished by the end of the month. But obviously, I think a building this complex will probably bleed over a little bit into March as well. But then once this is done, how long it takes, if this does take 2 months to finish because it's so complex, then we would do 2 months from that point of working on group builds again. Working on individual builds again, and then we will go into another group project. We do have a couple other, we considered a few different places for this group project for this month. Ripley's obviously was the winner. I let the build team choose, but it's between this, the interior of the Metro Toronto Convention Center. We do have a lot of work to do on the Rogers Center as well, which I was hoping would be done in time for Blue Jays opening day, but I don't think that's going to be the case just because it is so much work. And then the last choice was to start on Scotiabank Arena, which unfortunately it looks like our goal of finishing it before the Leafs win the Stanley Cup will still definitely be in play, because it does not seem like they're going to be winning the Stanley Cup anytime soon, which is quite unfortunate. But such is life as a Toronto fan, or at least a Toronto hockey fan. Looks like they're trying to pick what block
hockey yesterday.
Olympic hockey, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I was actually watching, before the stream got started, I was watching some speed skating, which was quite enjoyable. It was the men's 5,000 meter, I don't know, it's not like the one where there's a bunch of people racing. It was like an individual, like there's
just off time.
Like, yeah, 2 people were racing at once instead of like the whole gaggle. I prefer the gaggle. I think that one's more enjoyable, but
yeah,
this one was cool too. It's kind of like wild to think about skating that far. Like I don't know what kilometer, like what the translation would be to miles, but like 5 kilometers is a pretty extensive distance to have to skate. I don't know how different like speed skating is versus like hockey skates. Like I've used hockey skates before, but never done any speed skating business. But I imagine it's still going to be pretty tiresome.
Yeah. I imagine speed skating is a little more of like an endurance thing, where hockey is like a burst activity.
Yeah, it's true.
You go fast, you punch somebody, you wait a bit, you do it again.
Yeah, like there's more, like you're sort of doing a bunch of sprints over and over versus speed skating, where it's kind of like a slow burn. Yeah, Agent, I'm more worried about dying before the Leafs ever win the cup than I am about the riot. Because I think it'll be so long. I don't even think it'll be a riot. I think it'll just be people crying in the streets because they've been waiting for so long. Like, insert the "it's been 84 years" meme here, and that's the Maple Leafs. Yeah, speed skating is definitely, I think, more efficient because there's like the strides are you're almost like gliding like with rollerblades. With hockey, it's more like a fast push off type of thing where you're doing lots of quick strides. Speed skating, you almost just don't really leave the ice almost in a way. I keep trying to look at Street View to figure out what's going on with the sidewalk and keep getting brought down into the underground of the Metrotron Convention Center instead of Street View. It's quite irritating.
There's a sidewalk Street View.
I mean, the Street View is fine. It's just I keep getting sent into the like not that. Snowing? Or is it just wind? No, it's just wind. I got the download the physics mod again, which has some really nice ambient sounds. So we'll turn those up and see. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. Because then the block sounds are going to be too loud. And turn this down. Turn that down. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, the wind, and if it starts raining and stuff like that, that stuff should be quite good. I almost need to have multiple tabs up. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just because I don't want you guys just looking at my inventory screen the whole time. Oh, Mike has joined. Oh, Mike has not joined. It's usually a Mike active. What's been done here? Okay, I guess someone else is working on the sidewalk with me. Agent, it doesn't look like the Leafs are winning, unfortunately winning a Stanley Cup anytime soon, so it's not something we need to even consider. Now, I wonder if we have these down here somewhere. These black sort of... There's like these black... No, it does not look like we do. Whose illegally parked car is this? Okay, so... We've got these, like, black... Now, the issue with these flower pots is they're so small. And we don't have black trapdoors. We could do that. Slightly offset, slightly different, but... And we are now in the newest version of... Minecraft.
Dark Oak Shelf.
Oh, Shelf! Shelf, of course. How could I forget such things? I don't know if that matches any better or worse, but it is allowing us to use new blocks, so I'm all for it.
Darker color. Slightly.
Slightly. This is true. Now let me see, how far does this flower bed start from the crosswalk? 4 blocks. And the crosswalk is over here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, that works. We'll actually just move this. Yeah, the shelves are quite nice. Very nice feature. And I think it's also kind of fitting that we're building this aquarium now because the Nautilus has been added to the game, which, although there is not one of those, obviously, in Ripley's aquarium, I think we'll probably add one. Probably we'll add one here. This music is very intense. I don't know what... Which I guess is good, because it's the start of the stream, so that's fine, but... We're not going to continue to go that way, that's for sure. I honestly think... I wish we had a gray shelf. We could just use shelves for everything. Because the problem is, like, if you have it a meter thick, and there's only 3, I guess we could do it like that. That could be okay. This is the thing with Toronto that I don't think a lot of people realize is, I think we're going to do just real fish, Agent. Hey, Soma Boy, thank you for joining the stream. I think that a lot of the work that makes Toronto quite nice, and actually, you know what? Is this the same on both sides? Because I really like that block. Maybe I'll just copy that for this side too. It is the same. We're just going to copy this. This looks nicer. A lot of the work that makes Toronto nice is this kind of work. It's not the building itself. Like, I think that's what kind of sets us apart from a lot of other projects, is the amount of effort we put into these kind of things. Dar, I need to plant some trees.
Oh?
You know what that means.
Use everyone's favorite tree?
Time for everyone's favorite tree.
Yeah.
York tree. Why it's called York tree, no one will ever know. Or perhaps you will know one day.
You know, we could just go ahead and add that. Like, there's nothing stopping us at this point.
That is true, but like, it's just out in the middle of nowhere. Hi, Will. Thank you for joining the stream. There is not a download of the world, but you can join at BuildingTO.ca. This is a public Java server. It needs no mods for you to join, although I would probably recommend downloading some visual, like some mods that help the game run better, or your computer's not going to like you very much. But in theory, you can just join with without any mods at all. This needs to be not grass. This should be, I guess, podzol. Or maybe even dirt. Maybe we'll do coarse dirt with some leaf litter on top, because we have leaf litter now. And then here we'll put podzol. Like this. Yeah, we could. I'd be more inclined to add, honestly, the secondary build to that before the first, because that one is.
No, we're not putting the forest fire back.
No, obviously not. Well, none of the quests would come back, but. That's kind of just. I mean, I also just need to finish the museum, like the that I said I was going to do that I haven't done. What can I use for these? I guess that's what we will use. And then doesn't look great, but it's sort of the best we can do. Have we done the path? We have done some of the path. Let me show you the part we have done. What's the best way to get there? Probably Metro Hall. Let me see if I can remember the part we've done now. It's over here, I think. As my game dies.
It'll do that.
Okay, let's give it a chance to refresh itself here. Because it was very unhappy there. Okay, yeah. So the parts of the path that are done start over here. This is the easiest place to enter. It is not on Bedrock, Soma Boy, unfortunately, because we have a custom data pack that allows you to build above the world limit, which is not compatible with the plugin that lets us build on Bedrock as well. So, path that is done. We've got this food court down here. You can also exit out into this building. Path continues, and this is all exactly how it looks. Even like at the time of us building this, these were the stores that were here. Like there was like a clothing store here. Not all the stores were occupied. Some were like a dental firm. This was a Rexall. So like in here, it looks kind of like a Rexall would. I don't think we go farther than this. My game is really unhappy here. I don't know why. Like I'm getting 10 frames a second. Continues over here. This exit is... I don't remember what building this is. Anyways, it is a building. So you can come in here, in and out here. And then it continues down this way, out into the Hilton Hotel, I believe, is where this comes out, if I remember correctly. I've got a lot of requests recently to build the path, but the thing with the path is that a lot of it's going to be guessing. Like, there's not really a good map for it. What's up, yo boy John? Thanks for joining the stream. Hope you're having a good day. So yeah, path comes out here, and then this sort of area connects to the Delta. I think this is technically part of the path as well, even though it's at like ground level, but this over here connects to the Delta Hotel, or not the Delta, the Hilton Hotel. Over here, we're in the lobby of the Hilton now, so. But that's the only part really of substance that's done. We've done a little tiny bit near Union as well. I suppose I can show you that too. Get out of this area that's making my game upset. Now, for those of you who want to visit as well, like Union is going to be the hub of all the sort of visitor activities. There's a quest here that allows you to be teleported to our newest build. There's a quest that allows you to go play tennis. There's a quest that allows you to obviously go play tennis with a friend. Don't do it by yourself or you're not going to be able to. Anytime I teleport, I feel like I just need to refresh my game because it's kind of taking a dump. This is where you can be teleported to the mining area. The mining store to sell the ores you mine to get money in game to buy items is down. This is not the right way to go. Is down here, which the mining quest will tell you. And then Union has all sorts of shops to buy items. All the food court shops and all those things are there. And if you ever get to the point where you are advanced enough to need a smithing table, this guy will help direct you to where they are. He won't tell you how to get there, though. Did we build the Union McDonald's? Of course we did. We built all of the stores in Union, and they all have their own NPCs that sell items to you. Other than the mining shop, I think is a Jersey Mike's, I believe. But we built the mining shop before that. The McDonald's is down here. I think it's in right here, right? Isn't this the McDonald's? Yeah. There you go. That answers your question. CamH. Avocado, I found your channel like 2 days ago and I've been binging all your videos. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're watching. I'm glad you're enjoying. It's always nice to see the old videos get a little bit of traction, because obviously the new ones are going to get some views because they're new, but it's nice to see the older videos getting views, because that means new people are finding my stuff, which is also awesome. So for a visitor, if you do want to buy stuff, you get money from being in-game, but you also get money from selling ores and stuff at the mining shop. So for example, at McDonald's, you can buy a McDouble, a filet of fish, some chicken nuggets, some fries, and the McFlurry machine is unfortunately broken, so you don't get to buy any McFlurries. And like I said, most of the stores have like an NPC you can buy food from. Like the Tim Hortons at Union, you can buy a pumpkin Danish, you can buy a cookie, you can buy pizza, and then some coffees.
All the accurate things.
We try to make them a little like accurate to what they kind of would sell, right? So that's sort of our goal. Union Taco Bell, I don't know if it exists. The pack to see farther. So there's a couple of, it's not a texture pack to see farther, it's a mod. The data pack allows us to build taller. To see farther, what you would need is, I run a couple of different plugins. I have Bobby, which allows me to have a render distance of more than the default 30. Is 32 the default? It is, right?
I actually don't know anymore.
I think the default's 32. So it allows you to run more than 32. And then I also have Distant Horizons, which gives me the massive render distance at a lower quality. So you'll see, like, for example, Commerce Court North, or the BMO building. That's not Commerce Court, that's First Canadian Place. First Canadian Place isn't loaded in properly. Like, these kind of buildings don't look as detailed because they're not actually rendered in the same amount of detail. But it gives us a good enough view of the outside without sort of turning my computer into a space heater, or less of a space heater, I should say. Did you build the Go train crash that happened? No, but we're going to. It's actually on our list of things to do, because we kind of have a rule with Toronto, like not tragedies, but Toronto like incidents, where if no one is hurt, we do recreate them. So a few years ago, this kind of shows how old the project is. A few years ago, there was a fire in like one of the electrical boxes near Scotia Plaza, which caused like a massive ruckus in Toronto because there's a huge like smoke plume coming from the ground, but no one got hurt. So we have that, actually, we have a little fire station or fire scene over there. So yeah, I don't know if we built the railway tracks where the derailment has happened yet, but if we have, we will be putting the derailment in. But this kind of gives you an idea with Distant Horizons how far you can see. I have it set to 500 because if I do anything more than that, you can see with Distant Horizons, and you can already kind of see it over the distance there. Like the little, you can see the island where we keep our maps, which can't move because it can't move because basically all the maps will get broken if that happens. So we're stuck at 500 render distance for Distant Horizons, which I think still gives us a good enough view of the city. If we ever get to Etobicoke, which, to answer another kind of question that's popped up a couple of times, we don't have a plan on stopping, so we're just going to sort of keep building until we don't want to anymore. But if we do get to like Etobicoke, I'd have to turn up Distant Horizons to see downtown. But like, let me see here. So this is where the X is. This is Exhibition Grounds. I think that is High Park. Looks like this, yeah, that's High Park here. This is High Park. So this over here would be the bottom of Park Lawn. So I think we can see pretty much all of Etobicoke here anyways, because this, I think... Let me see if the CN Tower is a little bit in the way here. Let me get around the CN Tower here. just trying to tell if I can... That, I think, is Park Lawn, which, I mean, this is Humber Bay Park. Which means this over here, this patch of green, would be Colonel Sam Smith, which is at Kipling and Lakeshore, at the bottom of the Lakeshore Humber College campus. So, is it Humber College? I think it's Humber College. So, we've got pretty much all of the city rendered in. Like, go looking the other way. That's Tommy Thompson, Ashbridges Bay. I don't think we quite can see the bluffs, but most of the city is loaded in like this, so even as it gets built, we'll be able to see all of it. So, see if we've made any progress down here after our sidetracking. Looks like we've got our Beaver Tails food truck here. I don't think we have a Beaver Tails store, but we've got Sea Cucumber. One of our more frequent visitors. Anyone who comes to visit me on the stream will get a gift, and today's gift will be, I mean, it needs to be fitting of the event, so we'll do an axolotl in a bucket, which they can use if they own a condo in the city, which you can buy actually with your money. The subways are not functional, but you can use them to teleport. So, like, for example, we'll go to Union East.
Did you redo the subway quest with typewriter, or are they still using the?
I redid them.
They had before.
I redid them.
Okay.
So at all the subway stations, you'll find these people. This is very loud. I don't think you can hear anything. I apologize for that. Let me turn that down. I don't know what that would be. What would that even be? Ambient environment? Probably. It's fine. But yeah, you can go to these people, open up the user interface, and use that to teleport to whatever whatever location you'd like to go to. We're planning on doing something similar with the streetcars. I haven't exactly set up how... Alpha, looks like you just joined, so I'm not going to give you an axolotl in a bucket because you don't have a house. But I will give you this instead. Are condos a bazillion dollars like IRL? No, they're half of the value of the real world condos, roughly. So, if we look at balance, so right now nobody can afford a house because I think that Sea Cucumber just purchased one. But yeah, they are. There's a few different ways to get money in the game other than just being online. You can get money from the mines we've set up. You can also get money from the mob arena we've set up. I plan on setting up a few more things, and once that's done, I'll do a video sort of showing those things for visitors, what you can get. No, we've not built the airport yet, so right now we go as far west as Spadina. MH, we have a great sports culture of mostly losing, unfortunately, but that's how it goes. Anyways, let's get back to building some stuff here. Am I way off already here? Hold on. There's just this block palette. Okay, no, that's just block palette. I was going to say. I feel like I'm doing slightly better at keeping up with chat today than I did last time.
Mm-hmm. A lot of chat today.
Yes, it's good. I like an active chat. It makes the streams more enjoyable. So to answer your question, I mean, there is no Pearson yet, but we are kind of close, getting kind of close to Billy Bishop. Mike is here. This is good because anyone who watched the short was promised Mike was going to be attending the stream, so he's here now. I'm not a liar anymore, which is good. So this is 12 again. All these are 12. Okay. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Perfect. So put the York tree in once. And I think the other one will do a different tree. It's a little smaller. I mean, it's a little bigger. $11 people on the server, which is pretty cool as well. Hey, Green 8 Ball, thanks for joining. We have some of the path built. I actually just showcased it like about 5 minutes ago, but only the northern part. It's not something that we work on actively, but it is something that if any of the builders do want to work on it, they can. We're pretty open with yeah, give me a second, John, and I'll fly over to the gardener. We're pretty with our building team. Once you get out of the test build phase, you can kind of build anything you want within our building perimeter, and that does include the path. So if someone wants to build it, they can. I think I'm the only one so far that has built any of it. I spent about a month last year working on some, or 2 years ago working on a portion of it. And then like the underground, all our subway systems are all our subway stations are built within the built-up area. So we've got Union, St. Andrew, and King Street all built, and you can teleport between them using NPCs. And we've got Lava Chicken playing now.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, the underground infrastructure, to answer your question, some of it's built, some of you haven't. And then obviously the gardener is built between, or in the area we have our building perimeter. It was at one point the southernmost point of our building area. We've now expanded south of that, which is great. And obviously, in order to be lore accurate, we have disaster on the highway. This guy's looking at me, he's like, why did you put me in this situation? How can you have done this to me? But yeah, so that's what we got going on there. I haven't done the traffic on this side yet. I've got to still do that, but and then as we expand south, we're gonna the lake should be fun. We'll put some boats in and stuff like that, and then we're gonna keep the boat track, I think, intact. This is one of the mining areas for visitors, by the way. If you do want to mine, it resets once a day, but you basically can mine ores here. Mine ores here to get like ores that you sell at Union to get money that you can buy items with, essentially. In addition to just walking around, you get time for that too. Or money for that too. Okay, here's our boat track, and then, like for example, here we haven't started building in this area yet, but the streetcar rough-in is done, and you can see the tunnel. Okay, someone's done some goofing around there. The tunnel is done in here. So you've got like, this is Queens Quay streetcar station. There's a streetcar there. And the tunnel goes all the way up to the loop.
Seven.
So yeah. that's that. I'm actually gonna adjust some settings here quickly because my game is not happy, and I think it's because of Distant Horizons. I'll do that and see if that helps. No car in there yet. But when we build that area, it will definitely be added as well, I think. That's another good example of something where no one gets hurt. Everyone just gets infuriated because of somehow cars continuously crash there. Yeah, so that's a quick overview of a couple of different things, but if you do have new questions, does the current build perimeter include, sorry, the Geb? I did miss that earlier. It does not include the distillery district yet. So we go as far east as Jarvis. So we've got St. Lawrence Market that we're currently about to start. We've got St. James Church, things like that, but we don't go that far east yet. And to be honest, we probably won't for quite a while because our intention is to work south right now. After we work south, we're going to want to fill in probably this over here, like this south area that we built up to already. And then there's an area up like here that we kind of might want to do too. So I don't know when we're going to work south, or when we're going to work east, especially all the way to the distillery district, because we are a good distance away from there for sure. So now, if you're trying to join Toronto and you end up on a different server, like we've got a few servers on our network, if you end up in the hub, it's because you have the wrong server version or the wrong version of the game. Or where would you even end up if you have the wrong version now? Because the hub's also on 1.21.11, isn't it?
If you have 1.21.10 still, you'll end up on survival, but
okay. You're able to fly. Yeah, there you go.
You asked that just as it is eating a chip.
Oh, excellent. Sorry. This is a good tree here. We'll use this tree. It's amply big enough. And this tree's also bigger over here, so we'll put it over here as well. Okay. The Toronto Star Building on Yonge. Yonge and... The Toronto Star Building's south, right? Isn't it Yonge and Queen's Quay? Is that the one you're talking about? Delicious sea bass, which I can't disagree with your name. The sea bass is quite delicious. Because that's over here somewhere. If it's the building I'm thinking of, it's the one over here somewhere. If not, we've built Yonge from the Gardner up to Richmond, and then Spartan. The subway's built from. We've done St. Andrew, Union, and King stations. We should set up a bot that if someone asks about a build that's been built, the bot automatically replies with a video showcasing that build.
That would be a great idea if I knew how to do that.
Since when did you not know how to do things? That's very unlike you. Very, very unlike you. I'm quite surprised.
Well, yeah, we can't be perfect, I guess.
Yeah, so not yet. That is one of the. So right now, after one of the areas we've opened up. Basically, the way it works on our project is builders who are outside of the test build phase, which is where if you apply to be on the build team, we accept about half the people who apply to be a builder into the test phase. If you get into the test phase, we assign you your builds. Usually they're outside the building area right now, especially because our building area is mostly high-rise towers, and we don't want our test builders being set up for failure. After you finish the test build phase, if you get out of the test build phase, then you can build anywhere within our established building area. So right now that includes this area here, Jarvis, across Queens Quay, to, I think it's Young. No, it's not. It's Bay. Right? Let me see here. What street is this? York. Up to York. So they can build in here. We're probably going to expand this out all the way to Jarvis. So anything within this area we can build. And then after that, we'll probably expand to this piece here. But the reason we do that is because we don't want to have buildings that are just out in the open by themselves. For one, because it's hard to line up a building properly if you don't have anything built up next to it. So we ended up, because we kind of started with that at first, we built buildings in a few different places, and then what ended up happening is by the time we got to connecting these buildings, things were done really wrong, and we didn't realize until we connected them. But we'll probably, to answer your question about Pinnacle 1, when we do open that area up to be built, we'll just build it as completed. We have a couple of buildings like that already on the map. We built this building before it was finished. We built one of the buildings up here before it was finished. I can't remember the name of it. This condo here, we built before it was finished in the real world. And one of our test builders right now is actually also working on a condo that was finished before. I mean, he's working on it now, and it's not finished in the real world. So what we do is anytime we reach a construction zone, we kind of establish how built it is. If it's very built, then we'll just build the finished product. If it is not very built, then we'll put a construction area like we did here. So like, this is where that humongous parking garage used to be that they demolished. It used to give you really great pictures of the CN Tower. They demolished this like 2 months ago. So we're not going to build the tower that is supposed to go here, for one, because they might change the design halfway through, and for two, it's going to be years before that tower is built. So what we'll basically do is at the end of the building area, so when we finish building to Queens Quay, we'll sort of look and see any building spaces like this. We'll decide, okay, do we want to build them? If it's still not built enough, we'll leave it, and then we'll finish another building area. When we finish everything down to the lake, we'll look back, we'll say, okay, is this ready to be built yet? Yes or no? Is the one up on Duncan ready to be built yet? Yes or no? And we'll make a decision. But that's kind of how we do it, because we also now have to strike a balance between giving players a place to work on, like mining, if they want to mine stuff to get some money. Either that, or we're just going to have to like make a teleport out to the middle of nowhere and make it a big mine, which I don't want to do. Like the way that keeps this not a prison server is that you're still doing this in Toronto. Like, you're around the Toronto buildings. You're mining at this construction site, and you're looking at ice towers and at the CN Tower and that kind of stuff. So eventually, we're hoping it will be all of Toronto. That is going to take a long time, maybe forever. But we don't have a plan of stopping. We're just going to sort of keep expanding out from what we have. And I do think that it will go slightly quicker once we get out of the core, because the builds are going to be less smaller and slightly less complex. So it like builds like the Rogers Center or even the Aquarium and Scotiabank Arena, like these kind of builds take months to do because they're so complicated. Whereas like if we're just building like a two level house, you can probably knock that off a lot quicker. So oh, there's a visitor here. I need to give him a turtle helmet. If you visit me in the game, you get a turtle helmet unless you're an established player, and then I'll give you something more usable for the level you're at in the map. No, we've not made Regent Park yet. That's outside. Well, outside. We're probably not going to get there for a long time. And yes, this is Java. So we're on Java 1.21.11. Right? 11? Is that the newest version?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then in like 4 weeks, they'll update the next thing, and everything will break again, and I'll cry. And yep.
I mean, it is basically like the second you update is when they also update. So.
Yep. In the latest snapshot, where they broke giant spruce trees, they also made some changes that completely redoes the file structure for how worlds are saved. And I can't wait for that to break absolutely everything.
Nice. Why did they do that?
Well, in their defense, the new system does make a lot more sense organizationally.
Will it?
The issue is different.
Will it improve anything?
Probably not meaningfully.
I have a feeling this didn't work properly. It didn't. DB broke my game again. Unless no one's moving. Oh, no, it's good. It's good. Never mind. It caused a bit of lag, but it was okay. It wasn't the end of the world. That's a good question, Geb. We all kind of, I think, have phases. Like, we'll have builders that build a lot for a couple of months, and then they don't build anything for a couple of weeks or a few weeks. They do something else, and they come back. The answer for me is I unfortunately don't have much time to build much anymore. Last year I only finished one building, which I wasn't happy with. I want to try and do much more than that. I want to try and get at least maybe half a dozen good builds done this year, but most of my time is done sort of on doing like maintenance, not maintenance of the server, but like making sure all the builders are set up for success. And especially recently, our build team has been so quick that I've been building roads for them to build new areas, and that's my main responsibility on the project, other than making content, is doing the roads for the building areas. So like we expanded out to the east, and I did the roads there, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna have a few months to sort of build. And then instead they worked so quickly in the east end, we got so many builds done so quickly, I was like, oh, I need to set up another area for them to sort of start building on. And so I started doing the roads to the south. And now the eastern expansion's done pretty much. There's 2 builds left. And the south only has like 5 or 6 builds. And so I'm going to have to sort of do more expansion. So I don't end up building much, which is how I don't get burnt out. But the other builders, I think, kind of build in waves. They'll do a lot of work for a while, and then they'll do less, and so I kind of so on and so forth. I can't remember if I gave this person a head or not, but I can get a second one because they're not wearing their first. And there's a bus blocking my view. I love that. What do we got going on here? So we've got only one flower bed here in the middle. You're right over there, Star.
Roxy, yeah, I am. Oh!
That sounded like you got impaled.
Just about. Oxymaro over here needing to use the latest version of the game.
Ah. So for those of you who joined late, if you join the server, which is BuildingTO.ca, and you come up to me while I'm building, I will give you a free item.
Yeah, there they go, they got it.
These trees are smaller. These are just York trees. Okay. So my thought is I'm just going to do the I'm just going to do the flower beds for now, and then I'll go back and do everything else after.
Okay.
So, but there's a fire hydrant in the middle, which kind of makes it more difficult. Make sure you offset it. I'm just gonna get a diamond pickaxe already.
I imagine you know he went and mined some diamonds.
I guess that's true.
Or he probably bought some diamonds.
You should join it. We put a lot of effort into trying to make it enjoyable for visitors too, and not just builders, because otherwise, if it's not enjoyable for visitors, then there's no real point hosting it on a public server, which obviously comes with extra cost. But part of the reason we do that is because we think that visitors will enjoy exploring the map, and we've kind of set up different things like that, like the car, that allow people to really enjoy just exploring and being on the map in general. Zoom indeed. What was that?
I don't know, but I heard that.
Like you heard it in my game, or you heard it as well?
I heard it in game. That was the sound that came from Minecraft somehow, I think.
It sounded like a donkey.
That's
How's our building going here? How do I turn the capes off? That cloth? Off. Yeah, there we go. Making some good progress. The sidewalk area here is quite complicated, like especially around the behind the CN tower here. Like this whole piece here is pretty complex. So I think isn't this where the train derailed? It's like right here somewhere.
What's this train derailment you keep talking about?
There's a train derailment this week. One of the GO trains derailed, and then there was a disaster for like other trains. Like they had to cancel a bunch of trains and stuff.
That's not ideal.
Indeed. Oh, goodbye.
I'm just working on things.
I see. If you have questions, like I said, now's a good time to ask them, because I'll be more likely to see and answer.
All right, let's see if this worked.
And we'll see how things change. I will be moving in a few months, so the way the streams go and content goes could be a little different. There's a Gamefruitpulp move in the cards. And we have another bus in the way. When was the last time before this? Was there a bus there then too? Oh, sidewalk view. This is what you were talking about.
Yeah.
I should have just used the sidewalk view instead of trying to look through buses.
I have a good idea every once in a while.
Occasionally. Okay.
Why is my everything broken?
Like your game's broken?
I left. I went to Cappy and then came back, and now my Distant Horizons doesn't work.
Did you run /Bobby upgrade?
Well, I mean, it was working just like a couple minutes ago.
Oh, I see. Don't know what to say.
There we go.
We have a garbage can somewhere around here. We must, surely. I think there's one by Telus Harbor, if I remember correctly. There's not. Okay. I don't remember how I do the garbage cans. I guess this is how we're going to do them. Here, do you want to throw something in there before I close it up, or? No? Okay. Okay, this is going to be interesting here. So there's a little bit of a ramp. This comes out too far. Four, five, six, seven, eight.
There's so much stuff here.
Where?
Around this building.
Dingy? Oh my god, it's Dingy. Thank you, I don't know how to say your name. LHJ5ET. Thank you for the kind words. I have made these flower beds too big, and now this last one's not going to fit properly. Alright, well, let's see here. We're gonna have to do some tomfoolery. Okay, we're actually just gonna have to remove this completely rather than do tomfoolery.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives us one block. We need to find how many here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're up to 9 now. I think we can accept 10. Because I can't make this any smaller, so I don't have much of a choice there. Fixes you. I just need to move the rest of this, which is more straightforward. Oh, it's gonna mess up my turtle. That's not good. So you're getting a behind the scenes look here. Sometimes we have to make things fit a little bit funky because like these should all be the same size. They're not going to be because I need to get the one on the end to fit properly, and that's because they're not exactly 12. They're 11.2 or something like that, or 11.4. So over the span of 6 of them, it lines up wrong. But now, this looks better. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It lines up. It's still a little bit too far to the west, but it ends in a place that's more acceptable than if I did it before. So I'm happy with that. That works for me. And then it just goes in to say right across here. Oh, crap. It's still kind of tight. Mike, if you're watching, can you come here for a sec? Do you update the map? Yes. So we always update it as quickly as possible, but that depends on plugins updating and stuff like that. So we have a number of plugins on the map, and those need to be updated before we can update. This man looks like he needs some assistance at his hot dog stand.
There seems to be a bit of a fire.
Indeed. A bit of a fire. Dr. Elephant,
Yep,
what's going on? It's been a long time since I've seen you on the server. I hope you're doing well. Sorry, Star, what was your question?
I was just going to ask if we had a hot dog.
Yeah, we do. We do have a hot dog vendor.
Make him a McDonald's.
No, there is a hot dog one. He's, I don't know what store he is, but you remember the building we did a couple of streams ago where we started in the lobby level and then Newfoundland finished the rest?
Oh, yes.
There is one there. He is literally a hot dog. Like, his character is a hot dog. And that's down the street from here if you just fly.
Did you used a burger shop for that guy, though, right?
I might have. Oh, I see what you're saying, Frothy. That kind of depends on... it goes similar philosophy to what we do with new buildings. Like, we're not going to... Obviously, we're never going to be able to keep everything updated in Toronto, so we kind of keep it as a time capsule of what we were like, what it was like when we built that area. But if something gets dramatically changed where it would be almost like a disservice to not go and change it, then we would consider changing it. But otherwise, we leave it the way it is.
Because otherwise we'd do nothing but swap out stores.
Exactly, and that's a good, like, Union's a good example of that. Like, from when we did the Union food terminal area, like, there's probably been a half a dozen restaurants that have changed. But if we always do those, and we're never going to build anything new. So we kind of have to try and strike a a good divide. And Dr. Elephant, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. If you come see me on the stream, I'll give you a unique item for joining us. Okay, time to change the music. I was ready this time, unlike last time.
It's actual multiple soundtracks prepared.
I mean, there might be. We've, thanks to some great patronage on Patreon, our budget has expanded for plugins. So I will look and see if there are plugins like that, and I will buy them for the server. This is kind of it. The reception on the last video was kind of shocking, to be honest. So, and shocking in a good way. Like, I feel very lucky to have gone like semi-vinyl, or semi-viral, not vinyl. Mike, this is too small here. Dr. Elephant's a long time here, Dr. Elephant. I need one block more, Mike. That's it. If you can give me one block more, then it's good. You can put that in your house. Yeah, that's good. That's all I need there. So that goes out like this, yeah? And then that ends here, is that correct? How do the building processes usually go? Do you take pictures as reference? That's a great question. So it's a combination of a bunch of different factors. What we do always is use Google. That's always the first step. Is looking at Google. Google Earth has great measuring tools, so does Google Maps. If we can't find what we need, on Google Maps, we look at other mapping like websites. Like, you'd be surprised at how good Bing Maps is. It's actually surprisingly good considering no one uses Bing Maps or Bing at all. And then Apple Maps occasionally as well. And then if that still doesn't have what we need, what we do at that point is we have a team photographer who will go and actually get photos for us of what we need to find. So we have a few different options. Oh, yeah, we're live streaming right now on, well, I guess you can't see that. So that's a good question in game chat. How you fly. So visitors can't fly normally, but there are some different ways to do it. If you vote with /vote, you can fly for a brief period of time. You have to be careful with that though, because if you run out of flying time, you end up crashing and dying. Then obviously you can get, through Patreon, you can get spectator mode. And then we occasionally have quests where you get spectator mode for a brief period of time. And then there is a quest at First Canadian Place where you get an Elytra. And fireworks can be purchased at a couple different vendors.
14 people.
Is that the most we've had since the John Street event?
I don't know, but it's getting up there.
Can you walk between these? Not really. It's just fine.
Mud.
Oh, it's when he breaks the vehicle. That
Oh, is that what's making that sound?
That's what's making that sound.
That's weird.
Yeah. What is my favorite block? I really like tough, like the tough block variants. The most used block is probably stone.
Unknown/missing dependency.
Andesite stairs is my most placed block. I've placed 45,000 of those, which makes sense because that's the block we use for curbs. Second is white concrete, which is very surprising. And I've never placed any of the ore blocks. I've never placed a cactus. I've never placed a honey block. What other blocks haven't I played? And that's it. So those are the only blocks. I've only not placed... Oh, and then some shulkers as well. Hey, Cad, thanks for joining the stream. And Vondrez, hello from North Korea. I don't really believe you. But fair play if you somehow found a way to connect to my stream in North Korea. You can't drive the streetcars or ride the streetcars, but you can go in them. And here, actually, I haven't flown around the map for a little bit. Let's take a break from very slowly building. And so we have...
I finally put the streetcar back under the underpass earlier today.
Oh, on Spadina?
Yeah.
Oh, I could have just flown there then. So our streetcars are made with a custom model by a very skilled creator whose name is slipping my mind, and we dramatically underpaid them, but that's okay. But you can't, so they're 3D models, so you can't, they don't move, but you can like walk into them through the doors. That's my game. Takes a dump. Every time I teleport, it needs to be reset. So you can walk in. And we set up so you can't walk out through a wall, you can only walk out through a door. But they don't move. So eventually what we're going to do, it's on my list of things to do in the next couple of weeks, is add a driver in the seat, like the driver's seat. And then if you go up to them, they'll teleport you to the nearest streetcar going the same direction. So it'll be a good way to get started around the map quickly if you want to. Because there's not that many streetcars, because they are pretty like intensive on not on the server side but on the player side. So if we put too many of them, then people are going to start lagging like crazy. So it is going to be a good way for you to teleport around the map pretty dramatically. I just have to figure out how I want it set up, and then we'll get that going. Okay, so that's all the flower pots.
I love block displays.
Sorry?
I love the block displays.
I hear they're Mike's favorite as well.
Listen, his opinion can be wrong, but
and there's Tiny Dancer, one of our newest test builders. So we currently have 2 test builders on the project, Tiny Dancer and I don't know how to pronounce his name. Asterix, I think is his name, something like that. The teleporting thing is a glitch with Bobby. Well, that's good, because if it's a glitch with Bobby, that means that it'll get fixed. Let's get a name for this NPC here. We don't have a beaver tail, do we? No.
just ask you have beaver tail.
Yeah, you don't even know what that is.
No.
A very delicious dessert.
Sounds scrumptious.
Star lives in the United States. So he does not, and he's never been to Canada despite my best efforts. Maybe this summer.
Maybe.
I think the beaver tail itself is kind of like the tofu of desserts. Like, tofu isn't good alone. You just have plain tofu, it's kind of like, eh. But if you cook tofu in delicious things, the tofu becomes delicious. If you put the right stuff on your beaver tail, then the beaver tail is pretty good. But
You're
like,
telling me you just like stuff.
maybe. But like beaver tails on their own, or I'm not a huge... You're not going to see me lining up for a plain beaver tail. Let's just put it that way. Sure, I will go into the Sky Dome. Give me a second. And let me just paste these lights. And I will go into the Sky Dome. Show you guys that. It appears we've brought out
time of the stream again.
Yeah, we've arrived at the time of the stream where the goat horns get brought out.
I've never gotten one in survival.
Me neither, mostly because I don't play survival. Okay, we need to turn it on.
I want to play survival. We do have a survival server where everything's broken currently.
Yes, but I'm hoping by the summer that is not the case anymore. By the summer, that should not be the case. If everything goes according to schedule.
Summer 2030?
No! Not summer 2030. You are a survival player. Some of the concourse is done, skywalking, but not all of it. I got one more light pole to do, and then I will show you.
Shuriken has had enough.
Okay, there we go. Let me show you what we've got in the Sky Dome. So, 100 levels not done. The 500 is completely finished. Here, actually, let me do this so we can get some more light in here, see what's going on. So we actually have a retractable roof. For those of you who are new, you probably haven't not seen this. By the way, Star, we need to refilm the one where I can see the whole thing because Flashback does not allow version changes.
I'm guessing you don't want to just go reinstall the old version?
No.
Okay. Understandable.
Yeah, so the roof opens. You can't really see it right now, but... We'll allow the roof to finish opening, and then I will give you the tour. So this part retracts the same way it does in the real world, and then our second part just teleports over because we can't have a rotation, unfortunately. And this should teleport over shortly. Uh-oh.
Yeah, there it goes.
Yes, okay. What's going on here? Anyway. So yeah, the 500s are done. And we're working on the other levels slowly. But yeah, so that's progress here. We'll leave the roof open for the rest of the stream, but it is closed because it is winter.
Is that why the roof was closed?
Yeah, that's why I closed it.
Okay.
Builders, is now a good time to check in on your chat, or are things in shambles currently? The builders aren't listening to the stream, I guess. I guess they've muted me. That's okay. Maybe we'll just bounce over and see how they're doing.
Sure.
Oh, there he is.
It's the man himself.
Hello.
Hello, building team. How's it going today?
It goes.
Okay.
Good. I'm less involved in the angle computing, which is why I'm having a better time, I think.
How's our progress going? How are we feeling about our progress here?
So far, so good, I'd say. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's definitely an awkwardly shaped building, and to try and get accurately, it's not like it's a square. So
Yeah, that's true.
Fights are the worst part.
yeah,
I think this is more of a challenge than the last group build. Because even though the
100%.
last group build was a circle,
Yeah.
there was commands and stuff. This is all
At
sort
least it
of,
was an even circle.
yeah, this is all freehand and
It's like an actual like carnival circus inside, and every documentation is like differs from other documentation. So that'll be fun.
yeah, the inside's going to be
It's, a lot of creative liberty is gonna have to take play, I guess.
well, especially on the parts behind the scenes, because we're gonna have no idea. Like,
100%.
Just not do them.
well, I think we can do them the same way you kind of did the power plant stuff at the roundhouse. Like,
just fill it with random machinery and stuff.
yeah, random things that look like they're proper. But I mean, the
If
good
you can
thing
pay
is
the bail, I can break in.
Maybe no.
It's not in the operating budget to cover your legal fees.
Yeah, I don't make that much on
Oh.
Patreon yet. Maybe if we really blow up, then if the Patreon fees would cover it, maybe. But,
Okay. Next time.
Next time, maybe, yeah. Maybe next time.
Billy Bishop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
I'm just working on the grading of this thing because I do think it needs to be flatter, but I'm gonna give it a go, and then someone with like world edit skills can like move things up and down to make things line up for where they should go, and I don't know. I'm gonna do a next draft basically.
Canadian Bacon, answer your question. We don't have a plan on stopping. We basically will stop when all these hardworking builders that I'm talking to right now decide they don't want to do this anymore. Because they're the driving force behind this operation, not me. I started it, but most of the legwork is now done by the dedicated members of the building team.
We'll stop when we stop getting
4
paid.
PM-ish.
Oh,
Yes.
wait a minute.
Yes. To thank them for their contributions, we're going to be increasing their pay by 1,000%.
Nice.
From $0
forward
to $0.
Come on, we did it.
You mean in-game currency?
I guess, yeah, I guess
Wait,
we can
y'all are
pay you.
getting paid?
I mean, you do get paid $50 per 10 minutes of in-game currency, so you can't say I don't pay you anything.
Oh, we need our own special in-game currency name, like, instead of Robux, it can be something else.
Didn't we originally call them cappies, Star? I thought we did at first call them cappies.
Little derivative from Fallout, but I like it.
We do use world edit, Skywalker. This building isn't very world editable, but we do use world edit for most of the towers and stuff like that. But
Yeah, the angle of this sidewalk can definitely be tinkered if you need to. I just kind of roughed it in as 6 blocks per step, so feel free to tinker with it.
So now that I'm done the boulevard, is there anything I can work on here, or do you guys have everything covered and I just watch you work for the next 2 hours?
If you want to do the interior, that'd be great.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching the stream.
Exactly.
See you all next time.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Anything else? I mean,
Do the
we've got 5 visitors on, so maybe you guys can build and I'll just hold like a car race around the city.
That'd be actually cool, yeah. Car race would be nice.
Because I don't want to be stepping on someone else's toes. I mean, maybe I'll work on the train derailment. Was that over here somewhere? Like, wasn't it right here?
It was.
Right
If
It was
based on some pictures,
It was
Someone sent
like
some pictures
over the
here.
road. Like you could see it from over the
yeah,
Okay, so maybe that's what I'll work on.
it
Okay,
was, it was over Simcoe, I'm pretty sure.
I'll do some quick research here and we'll get going on that. You guys keep up the great work on the aquarium, and Star and I will check in with you later.
You know what's crazy? Is
Sir, yes,
you're
sir.
gonna look up like Metrolink's trail derailment and it's gonna ask you which one.
Has there been
That
that
is
many?
There
There's
hasn't
been at least 2.
0.
When was the second one?
Some would argue is
There's a line 3. Like,
No, but that's
right
not
before
Metrolinks.
It was.
That's not Metrolinks. That's TTC. Yeah, come on now.
Potato.
Sir, our Discord has a transit chat in it. You can't be making this kind of mistakes. Your pay's
That's crazy.
decreased to only 500% raise now.
That's insane. That's actually crazy.
crazy is that like
I'm going on strike.
no one's saying that to Metrolink's, but yeah. Like you can't be making this kind of mistake.
Yeah, no, that's okay, Metrolinks. But other builders, how does it feel also to have a celebrity building with you in Fox's editor? I mean, not Fox, in Alpine's editor, Fox.
I'm starstruck.
Everyone should go look at the videos that Alpine has because they're edited by Fox, our wonderful builder.
Hi.
Yeah, they are genuinely good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Another airport video coming next week.
Oh.
'Cause apparently that's what we're doing now.
So what you're saying is we need to hurry up and get to Billy Bishop so that Alpine can review our airport build.
Honestly, yeah, probably. I don't know what he would roast if we're like 1-to-1. He's just roasting the city of Toronto, but
I mean, there is some stuff to roast if we're doing that. But anyways, we will... I'll leave you to it, since you're all motivated now to get to Billy Bishop. We'll leave you to the airport, and we'll return later to see how you guys are doing.
okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Miss you.
They seem like they're enjoying themselves.
Which is good.
I don't know if I would be enjoying myself with such a build. But let's see what I can find on this train derailment. We'll get that in here. And then they can work on the...
They're all actually just pretending. They hate everything.
Okay, so it is... And I'll post a little link in the stream chat as well so that people can know what we're talking about here. Okay, or we're not going to post that one because it doesn't want to open. There we go. Post this one here. And I'm just going to get a quick drink of water. I will be back in a second. We're back.
Welcome back.
So
From the pictures, this hardly looks like a derailment.
it wasn't much of a derailment, but it was a derailment.
Like, nothing's even on fire.
No.
Nothing's on its side.
I mean, like, the station's right here, so...
Yeah.
Now, the problem I think we're going to run into is... I think that the derailed train is going to be where the UP Express is. But we'll make it work. Where are our trains stored? Are they stored on the maps as well? Yes.
Probably in the train world.
Well, I can't go there. I mean, there's one in maps. Is that the one we're using? I think it is. Yeah, it is. It is the one we're using. Okay, good. Lack of Memes has joined the server. Welcome to Lack of Memes. It's very unfortunate that we experience such things. I, for one, enjoy a good meme every now and then. But... Okay, so... This actually probably won't take that long to do. So it derailed here. Right? Right before the bridge started. On the third track. But I think we're going to do it on the fourth track because we don't have a crossover to the third. So we'll do it right here like this. And then this all has to get moved. Over to here. And this will move to this track. How many blocks away is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is it floating? Why is the train floating? Oh, the train moves down a bit. Oh, okay. Terrific. I didn't realize we had an elevation change in our rail system. Fix that. I don't know how we're going to deal with this. I guess we'll see how this looks and decide. That looks not good, is how that looks.
Yeah, that's a no.
Now I wonder if it looks like that though because of it's splitting the green. That could be why. Like maybe if I don't have it split the green, it'll look better.
Yeah, I can split it on a window maybe. Like middle of the window.
Yeah, like here. And then if I do like...
Yeah. Doesn't look awful.
Doesn't look great either.
It does. We move it back so it splits on the color.
No,
No? Okay.
not really. I can repaste it. I could paste it over, like over more, maybe a little bit. We'll try that, yeah. See. I just want it to be kind of close to, like, the whole point of the derailment thing is that it's going to be where it actually happened. Petition for me to stream and build drunk. That would be bad. Be a very bad idea. Okay, hold on. We need new music again. There we go. Okay, so we move it a little bit further up, like here. Oh dear. How's that split there? We need to move it up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks more. How's that put us on the bridge? That should be fine. This is as far as we can go. We can go maybe one more. That hopefully will line up properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Beautiful. Okay. And then all of these need to be moved over. Except for the first car. Where's the switch though? Is the switch still line up? Yeah, it actually lines up better. Okay, nice. That's good. I love it when things work out. Uh-oh. There we go. That's good.
Yeah. That looks correct.
Now, how do we make an angled train? I guess we could just do this. Like in theory, if we wanted to really make it derailed, we just put it in the middle of the track, not on anything. But it's kind of like angled, isn't it?
You could try to angle it. It might look... Angling sideways might look better than the vertical.
Oh. It's a good thing that you installed the visualizer so that I could not use it.
That's no. Very not that.
Very not. Very not. um,
Almost.
yes. And I just move it back a couple blocks.
Yeah.
Right,
Like,
that actually looks...
Oh, well, no, because it cut off the... It needs the...
Which is even better, because then it lines up exactly the way it's supposed to. So I don't need to move anything then. Well, what's derailed here? This doesn't look derailed. This is what the train was supposed to do. We've successfully.
I mean, if you look at the picture, you can't see anything wrong.
This is true. This is very true, actually. Okay. Okay. Now we need to add some construction men some men in high-vis clothing. So some men in high-vis clothing, a front loader, which I think is the one over here, and then a quest. The quest I'll do afterwards. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Bobby with this update, but it's really not working well for me. There's the front loader I needed, though. OCAD would look like I was drunk, even if I wasn't drunk trying to build it. Oh, that worked out. Oh, okay. Helps if I copy the thing I'm trying to move. We need a pickup truck, which is some back here. Grab these. Or can you get inside the train? That doesn't matter. If you can get inside the train, you can get inside the train. Now we need a trailer. Just over here. Right, trailer this way. Speaking of drunk, you're right by the flagship LCBS store. Yeah. That's the one that they tore down, right? Or they're tearing down? Or I guess they didn't tear it down, but they like got rid of everything on the inside, and then they moved it into a new glass building. Uh-oh. I've made errors. It's like a tutorial on how not to world edit, in case anyone's wondering. What is going on right now? Like oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Now we just need some construction guys around looking
Oh,
upset.
Dr. Elephant suffering from success.
Let's see if we can get it up. Oh, he did!
Hey.
Well done. Okay, so we're going to put a guy here.
Rail guy 1.
Oh, hold on, I shouldn't be doing it like this. Now let me find a skin for this fine fellow.
I just watched you faceplant into nothing.
Me?
No, Dr. Elephant.
What are your thoughts on this skin?
There you go.
I wanted them in like a high visibility onesie, but I can't find one. So that'll have to do. How do you know I'm not already bald? LA, thanks for joining the stream. Good to see you. Okay, we've successfully created the train derailment.
Oh yeah.
A quest will be created at a later date. Oh, this is coming together. So, while we're waiting, or not waiting, but since I've basically been told by my build team I can't build anything, why don't I showcase a few of the newly completed builds that haven't received videos yet? Mike recently finished the Delta Hotel, which was started by Apache, who is not really on the team anymore. He's kind of retired from building. So this hotel has a sweet view. We do all of the interiors. Every building on our map has an interior, and we try and make them as accurate as possible. This one, Mike had all the rooms that exist in the hotel are in the hotel in this build, but they don't necessarily exist in the location they exist in the real world because there's no floor plan available that we could find. But this hotel I've actually stayed here before. It's a pretty cool hotel for if you get lucky enough to get the west view. You got a really awesome view of the CN Tower. So, yeah, all of our builds have full interiors. That's something I didn't do very well, to be fair, in that 2025 year in review video. I don't think I went into a single interior other than the hockey elephant. Yeah, so this will get a video soon showcasing it, and then the block that I was most scared of on this map, we actually did a west expansion specifically because I did not want to build this block, has been finished, and that is done by almost entirely by Soul Guardian. Mike helped with the stuff in the middle a little bit, but this block, which has a bunch of just different condos and things like that, but I don't know why. Maybe it's because this parking garage took me so long that I was just afraid of doing.
You're still traumatized over the parking garage.
Yes.
6 years later.
Oh my god. The physics mod makes the tent look so weird.
Oh my god.
It looks like it's gonna...
What?
It looks like a marshmallow. I cannot read the chat start to finish. I actually have a quite active chat today. Can't do such things. Yeah, this is gonna get a full video too, obviously. Just look at it. And then this is where I talked earlier in the stream about how we only have a few builds left in the eastern sort of expansion. We've got this other funky shaped block Mike started working on. And then we've got obviously the St. Lawrence Market. Maxwell has started making really good progress on... How did this get up here? Making really good progress on the new St. Lawrence Market, which has very little market, actually, which you'll learn when I showcase it. And they've also made good progress on the St. Lawrence Hall across the street. The actual building itself is done. We need to maybe add some things in like the banquet hall rooms to not make the building look so empty. Fox finished this, which is what is rapidly becoming Fox's specialty, medium height buildings. So they finished this whole little complex here, which has all interiors and offices and stuff inside, and stores at the street level. Apparently there's a chicken as well, because I just heard the chicken. And then one of our test builders, who I can now remember his name. His name's slipping my mind. Isaac finished this. I really like this building. I like how this turned out. They've got one more test build to do. That's over here. They've started it. This is another building that isn't done in the real world, but we're building it here. It's close enough to being done that we can kind of start it. And that's pretty much it for new builds this year. We've already completed 11 new buildings in 2026, which is pretty impressive. Fox also finished a parking lot, which I think we are technically counting as a build, but...
Absolutely.
And then we have a new builder just joined. I don't know if they've actually started their test builds yet. We're going to go fly over, have a quick look, see if they did. How far are we, Pyro, from your neighborhood? Are we going to get there soon, or is it going to be a long ways away? Oh, the Minecraft chat. I can't really go up too high because of all my commands in the Minecraft chat. East York is a good distance away, but we may get there soon. You never know. The other thing that's worth noting is, so our builders do have the ability to build outside the building perimeter once every 5 builds. It's kind of like a reward system for them. No one has really done it except for me. But in theory, if someone did start building like way out of the way, so like this, for example, we built this during COVID for the company that owns this building. They asked us to do like a little event for them for their was it their 15th anniversary, 20th anniversary? Do you remember?
I think it was 50.
It definitely was not 50.
Was it not?
No, I think it was 20.
It's on the side of the big building still.
Anyways, we had to build this, and this was kind of just out in the open by itself. So we started having test builders build out here. So this area is slowly expanding now, to the point where, like, if we don't choose to go north, we may just continue expanding from here as well if builders want to, like, leave it open to them. Similar things may happen in the future if someone wants to build like their bonus, it's called their building exemption, out in East York, for example. If they decide that they want to do 3 or 4 buildings in East York next to each other, then we may just say, okay, people can start building in that area too. What we don't want is buildings by themselves. Like, we don't want one building here and then one building up there and then one building over here. That looks like kind of crappy, because the whole point is it's supposed to be like an experience for the visitor as well. So if you're walking around and you've got big gaps of space and then one-off builds, that's not really an enjoyable experience. So I mean, we've got our hands full with Toronto right now, but like when we're looking at like Etobicoke and Scarborough and those kind of places, there's no real plan to stop necessarily. It's just we're going to see how long it takes to get to those places. But here's that parking lot I told you about earlier. Nothing much to write home about, but still progress. And then here's the gardener doing gardener things for those who joined more recently who didn't see it. And then the build exemption that I was talking about. I mean, Mississauga's got, like, the downtown Mississauga has some pretty interesting builds. Like, they've got the Marilyn Monroe buildings, which are pretty cool. They've got Mississauga City Hall, which is cool. And then M City is a pretty interesting development as well. So I don't think I don't think it'd be terrible to build, but should we do a boat race as a quick break? Let's do a boat race. What's the warp here? Boat start? Boat race?
Boat race. Forgot the warp's all the way back there.
Oh, it's so far away. Why move the warp to the start? Why is it over there?
Because that's where it was.
Is it fixed?
I can fix it here. Yes. Part of the race is getting to start line.
Yes, it appears that way.
We could do a Nautilus race, I guess.
No, because there's like the on-land portions and stuff, isn't there?
Well, Nautilus can sometimes go on land.
I think okay. Maybe. Like, it's a good question about the we've actually built York University subway station, then we have to take it off the map. But hopefully, we'll come back soon. But like anything outside, the other problem with things that are outside the building perimeter or outside of the Toronto city limits is we don't actually have the map for it, like with the building outlines and that kind of stuff. Are all of the Bluer is here. Dr. Elephant's here, Sea Cucumber's here. Boost 7814 is not here. Oh, this boat is facing the wrong way. Why is Bluer able to break things here?
Huh?
Bluer was able to break this block.
I do not know. I don't know.
Luck watch. Unless there's maybe just a glitch. But that's kind of weird. Okay, Star, give us a countdown here. It's not a Building Toronto stream unless we have a boat race. It's just...
And Blur is actually going the wrong way.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I've blown it here. In the first obstacle.
Absolutely.
I'm last, aren't I?
Yep. You're behind the guy who went backwards at the start.
Terrific.
Although Blor has just cheated.
Why, did he go around the maze?
Yeah, he went outside the buoy.
Are they first now?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Von Frank is in actual first place. Although he's losing his lead here on the stone. Dr. Elephant in the front.
Oh, I can see Soul. I may not be last for much longer. How far ahead is Bluer?
He's no longer in front. Dr. Elephant just cleared the ice sheet.
Oh no, that one's broken!
Although Von Frank comes back with some good piloting.
Well, I'm not last anymore.
That's good.
Oh, Bluer fell way back. Bluer's behind me.
Von Dinghy freed Dr. Elephant.
Yeah. Vaughn, Dingy. Vaughn, get on your. Everyone, get on your rewards here, so we can do a ceremony. What's Dr. Elephant's name? Oh, underscore Dr. Elephant. So, because Dr. Elephant was the only non-builder to finish, he will get the reward. Let me see what the reward will be. As a reward for finishing first place of the visitors, Dr. Elephant will be given a submarine.
There we go.
So the reason we did the boat race, part of the reason, is that because when we get here, so this is the build that Fox and I are working on, mostly Fox, but also a little bit me. When this build is done, we're going to also be able to start working on the island, so people can build the things next to it. So this whole area is all the property of the yacht club, but then once that's done, if people wanted to build this, they can start building these things, and basically the island can start expanding as well. So let's just do a quick refresh here so things don't keep breaking. I see we've started the roof already. Yes, it is Lake Ontario, and that was obviously the island. And then Edenstetter would be cool, but that's another complex build. But that's one of the things with going south. The builds to the south are not super crazy the way the ones in the north are. So it will hopefully be a little bit more manageable building to the south and expanding the south. Like, I am optimistic that we will reach the lake this year, which would be about to finish everything between here and the lake is about 25 builds, I think. But they're more involved than some of the other places. But like, these are obviously more involved. But I have faith that we can maybe reach it. So. Depends on how quickly things like this get done, which obviously are quite complex, and this could take months by itself, so.
Ish.
Ish? What's ish?
Ish.
It seems like it's not elevated enough. Because there's like a significant.
Are they not dying?
Oh,
Why are these salmon not dying? Oh, there they go.
any reason why they would be able to break the start line?
Oh, I bet they have build permission so they can place a boat.
Oh, you're right. Just on that one stretch of land, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Someone griefs the start line, they get banned.
Any infraction of any kind will result in a ban.
Indeed. There's a lot of light racks here. Some classics. There's nothing better than this Minecraft, like this Minecraft playlist. This is the OG Minecraft music. Yeah, basically. I asked them if there's anything I could do, and they said no. So, I have payment. I'm pavement in. Which is why I don't build much anymore. Because to be fair, I'm the worst builder on the team. So,
Road is road.
road is road. Someone needs to build the roads. I will happily take on that obligation. Why is that noise keep happening?
That's the sound cars make, I guess.
Since when?
I don't know. That's a question for the vehicles plugin. Why, Dr. Elephant, why have you done this? Good luck getting that down.
What? I wish you could combine like some leaf litter and some pink petals, like a combination.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Where does it show? Oh, it's over there now. Okay. It also appears that no one is working on this area anymore, so maybe I will go back to doing roads on this side.
Which side? The one by the
Behind the aquarium.
Oh, okay.
Unless we're just calling that done, but we should not be if we are.
I mean, it's got grass and stuff.
Also not sure how I feel about it being smooth stone versus andesite. How long did it take me to build the Royal York? A couple months, I think. We've redone it though many times. Like if you look at the original Royal York video and compare it to this build, there have been some significant changes to it. The interior is still largely the same, for better or for worse, because I don't think I did a great job on the interior, but it our rule is that we don't go back and change things that we've already done. And so I didn't go back and change things that I had already done despite wanting to. But we did have to change the layout. We've had to redo our map twice when we were trying to move it to maps that had basically layouts, like 1-to-1 scale layouts. If you've been around the channel for a while, you'd remember the one where we had flowers. We no longer have flowers. And that one also wasn't completely accurate. So when we moved to that map with flowers, I had to redo some of the royal work. And then when we moved to the correct map that Von Frank did, we had to redo other parts of the royal York. So we've actually redone it 3 times. Do you have plans to target and focus on specific neighborhoods, or is it general? So the general plan is always to continue expanding outwards. Where we have control over that is where we expand. So the short term right now is to expand to the lake, just because I feel like it's a natural place to finish. And it would be nice to have only 3 directions to go instead of 4. I just think the lake is kind of a natural conclusion that when people visit the map, if we have a finishing spot at the lake, it just feels better, feels more natural, and we'll never get that anywhere else on the map. Because obviously everywhere else, it keeps expanding into other cities. So that's why I've always from when we were up at north of the railway tracks, I've always wanted to go south as far as we could. The only neighborhood outside of the core that I'm really interested in, I should say, is the island. I think the island would be pretty cool to build. And it's also a much smaller, like, if you look at it by area, most of it is forest. Like, there's not very much that's actually built up on the island. So it'll be a pretty cool area to sort of develop. And it'll give players an extra sort of second place to explore, which I think is good. So that's kind of the only neighborhood other than the core that I'm thinking of building right now. Now that obviously can change. There's a few reasons that could change. We built a part of the map in other places for someone, and then that project kind of fell through and we had to get rid of it. My understanding, and we have to sort of double check, but my understanding is we can put that part back if we wanted to. So it's just about finding a time to put it back. That would make sense. And I also want to just keep working on adding things for visitors too. Like I've wanted to add a museum to the map. We actually have the museum, like what the museum is going to be. We have it on our map island. It's just about whether we actually set the museum up, which still has to be done. This is our first building on the map.
The original.
The original. Another building that's been redone 2 or 3 times. A building that caught fire because when we started building this, it didn't
know what we were doing.
We didn't know what we were doing, basically. So I accidentally set the building on fire. That won't happen anymore, but the original damage from the fire remains. Look in here, it's all burnt out. So this is where I started, this building here. And then the museum, when we build it, will be over here. And the reason we need a museum is for something that somebody asked about earlier with what do we do with old builds? So we've only run into that once or twice. Once is with the Rogers Center billboard, which is not really that significant. The second, much more significant time we've run into it is with the Go Bus terminal. So I built the Go Bus terminal. I think it was the 6th or 7th video I did on the project when it sat at its old location south of Front Street. Obviously, this now is CIBC Square in the real world. I don't want to get rid of this build. I really liked how I did it. So we've blended it into this jungle. And basically, as builds get moved, they will get brought out here, and we'll put little. The plan is to put little information booths about what they're all about. This building over here, I need to redo. It's been dramatically redone, and it's a small build, so I will be redoing it in our on the Toronto map, like the Toronto Island part of it. And then up here is where the actual museum is going to be. So this was part of that project. This was part of that project that that I mentioned that we built for somebody. This building was built as part of that. We have no purpose for it now. So the plan is to basically build a little museum up here. You'd each of the different builders will get their own little NPC that will get to tell the visitor about stuff and things like that. And basically that's that. It may even work potentially if we do it properly. This could work as spawn. We could have you spawn here, and then if you wanted to go explore the relics, you go out. If you didn't, you get teleported to Union. Is also a potential thing that we could do. But I have lots of ideas and not lots of things that have been created in practice. But there's some other behind the scenes things going on here. Right now we go as far east as Jarvis. We don't really have a plan on when we're going to stop going east, but it's also not really a priority for us right now. So I'm not sure when we're going to continue going east past Jarvis either. And then to answer your question about what happened in the Brookfield Place Tower, I smited Star and we didn't have fire spread off. So I burnt down the whole building, which was consequences of my actions, I suppose. But there is a video on my channel called The Great Fire of Toronto that explains what happened in that building. Things are progressing well over here without me, in my absence. Someone is in survival? I think Odd Rampage is actually Toxicity, if I remember correctly, one of our old builders. I'm almost certain that's them. But we will see. Hopefully they'll get their game version correct and will join us. But so, like, for example, if that is Toxicity, our old builder, like, they'll have a spot too in the museum, and I'll reach out to them and see if they want to do a quest, and if not, then I'll sort of do one for them. But I think it's safe to say we won't be finishing this build today on today's stream. I think. What do you think, Star?
Yeah, I don't think the exterior is finished today. Okay, the building is very wonky
Indeed.
in real life. There you go.
Oh, it's not who I thought it was. I think they're the same skin. I'm pretty sure they have the same skin. So one thing that I guess they're like, I've asked this before and I didn't really get a great response to it in the sense of like if people wanted it or not, but it's difficult for me to have an entertaining stream if I'm also talking in it from the sense of building. Like if I'm building and talking, I feel like I either build like crap or the stream is not really me talking, it's me in silence. Which is why during these streams I either end up building really slow or I end up building nothing at all. One way to resolve that issue is if I do a stream where I don't talk at all. I've brought this up before. People didn't seem like they really were that interested, but it is something to consider, and I think I'll probably ask for more feedback about it in my Discord. Which, if you're watching the stream and you're not in the Discord, you should join that too, because that's a great place to give your feedback, and you get to. It's easier to communicate there with all of you guys than in the comments. It's more of a conversation than in the comments, where it's sort of a one-off feedback thing. Not that I don't like comments; I love comments too, but. OD, let me give you your reward for finding me on the stream. You're already wearing something on your head, so I can't give you what I've been giving everyone else. Here, I'll give you... Oh, he's leaving. You get chain pants. We're out of room on the list, Star. The tab list is full. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. What happens if a 20th person joins?
It'll just scroll.
It'll scroll?
Yeah. We see player number 20 and you'll see.
Yes, we need one more player to get to player number 20. What is going on over here? Does suspicious gravel look different than regular gravel?
Slightly. Very slightly. No, it's not a peaceful mob. It's just mob spawns are turned off.
and PvP's turned off. Despite my... If it was up to me, I would have PvP turned on, but we brought it to many referendum inside the community, and I lost every single referendum. Every single referendum on such things I have lost. So...
Because we're trying to make the city realistic, but also...
Exactly, we're trying to make the city realistic, therefore...
I don't think someone who's getting shanked in Union is going to be a fun visitor experience.
I don't think that... What's the underside of this look like? Sorry, how you feeling, by the way? You okay to keep
I'm
going,
getting a bit
or-
tired and hungry, but it's just me.
We'll reevaluate in 20 minutes.
Understandable.
I do want to try and get 20 people on this server now, though.
Back down to 18.
I know, we need 2 people. This isn't really a 2 meter high. We're in that weird, like, half meter high problem with this area. I like that with this new update, block states don't reset if you place something against them. I don't know if you noticed that. Like if you world edit a block state to be different. The hotel in the Sky Dome is not done. And we are not all from Toronto. Most of us are, but... Oh, we're at 19 again. Some of us are not from Toronto. Some of us are from other parts of Canada and the United States as well. And we've previously... We don't right now, but we've previously had a builder from Poland as well. Need one more person to... yes, you can visit the world. The world is on a public Java server. at BuildingTO.ca on 1.21.11. If you join right now and you come see me, I'll give you a special reward. So join now while you can. Oh, we've lost one again.
You're never gonna get it.
Never gonna get to it. Never gonna get to 20 people. Gonna be stuck at 19 forever. Oh. Maybe not. I believe I just heard a man die. I did.
Oh, by wire there. Interesting. Villagers are worth like $5.
Is that more or less than you expected?
I didn't realize they were set to drop money.
Oh, I just heard a rabbit die right next to me. Oh no, it lived. It lived. This is my favorite Minecraft song. I think we're going to try out the no commentary stream. Once you figure out how to show me you can figure out the Google Maps business, Then we'll,
Yeah,
then we'll
shouldn't be
try
hard.
now. Oh, we're up to 19 again. Can we get one more? This is the question of the hour. Oh, now it's dead. And then it's just like bush under there. Exposed dirt is not acceptable. Oh, 19 again. Because they didn't get in properly. Otherwise they would have been 20.
Version 1.21.11. Like it says on the multiplayer page, anyway. Not that that's a pet peeve.
Yeah, we updated a couple days ago, Phantom. To be fair, Phantom plays quite frequently, so they probably played earlier the week and didn't realize we updated. But that means Phantom's updating, so hopefully soon. Oh, we've gone back to. Hopefully soon we'll get to 20 people. So I'll stop doing the few things I'm actually allowed to do. I missed lights. Where did I miss lights? I haven't done there yet. I'm still working on that area.
Is there a street view of back here?
Where I'm working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh, he's back. Phantom, how long are you going to be? We're going to experience a first on the project, potentially, if we can keep enough players on to get there. Phantom is upset you were speaking rudely to them.
It wasn't intended as being rude.
It's just your natural effect.
I guess.
Now, do you think unintentional rudeness is better or deliberate rudeness?
I think it depends.
I would say of the two, it's probably better to be unintentionally rude than deliberately rude. Also, this tab list thing really, or this player locator thing really works really quite well. You can see if you're on a server with any amount of player population, there, and two others. I've been lied to.
It should scroll. That's a list of things that need fixed. We've never had enough players.
We've never had enough players. Yeah, we've never had enough players to know if it actually worked properly. Answer to that question is it does not. But never did we think it would actually be something that had to be addressed.
There's a mod that's like called locator heads or something, and it puts the player heads on the locator bar. So you can see what dot is who.
Interesting. We are getting near what feels like the end of the stream. I don't know about you, Star, but I am getting somewhat tired.
And besides, there's the large cup tonight.
Of course, yes. That starts at 6, though. We have some time. I'm offended.
I'll have you know that the pre-game coverage on TV started at noon.
Why?
I have no idea.
What reason?
They have to talk about the same things over and over.
That's actually wild. Like, listen, I'm going to be watching. I enjoy watching the Super Bowl. I'm not like a huge football fan. I'm not a huge football fan necessarily, but I watch the Super Bowl every year. I can't possibly see what you would be talking about for that long.
For 6 hours before tip-off?
That's crazy. It's not called tip-off, I don't think, about it in football. I think it's kickoff.
Off.
I can't say I'm a Bad Bunny listener. Although I do enjoy just generally the pomp and circumstance of the halftime show. Like, I think the fact that it's such a big production in itself is pretty neat. And other than the Olympics, there's not really anything else like it. And obviously the Olympics only happens once every 2 years. I've really been enjoying the Olympics this year so far. I've watched more of it than I usually do. I'm definitely a bigger fan of the Winter Olympics than I am the summer ones. Oh, what have I done? There we go. I built the shark. Need a light here. This is a different light though. Let me show this poor fella where the mob arena is.
I think I need to set this to dynamic size. Maybe.
This is a good tutorial for anyone who needs to.
You can buy food at Union or other restaurants around the city. There's also apples in your inventory. Everybody starts with like 4 stacks of apple.
We do plan on including the shark design on the roof. We've actually already built it, I believe. Now, lighting it up is going to be an interesting challenge. But at least it'll be there in the daytime. Have we built these different light poles anywhere yet? I don't think so. We've not. We're gonna go to my favorite block. Polish tough. Why are there no operator blocks anymore in the creative menu?
Oh. Do you have the thing enabled in your settings?
Probably not. What do I do? What settings would that be in?
That's in...
I found it. I don't know why it would change my settings like that. Very annoying.
That's in controls.
I found it.
Operator tab. Okay.
It was in controls, yeah. We built the exterior of the convention center. And we started doing the interior last year. Vaughn, it only works for people who are opt. That's why they're called operator controls. And only me and Star are opt. We started building the interior of the auto show as well, like from last year's design, and then we kind of ran out of time. Or not ran out of time, we ran out of motivation and stopped for a bit. I think, how do I get into this area? I think it's upstairs, right? So you can see we did some of it. No, it's only Builders one. So we've done some of the auto show, but not all of it. We still have a lot to go. It is just a lot of work, to be fair. Ton of interior decorating work. It was what we considered doing for this month's group build, but the builders, somewhat unsurprisingly, decided to do something a little bit more exciting. Although the time period would have worked really well because it would have lined up with the auto show, but... Alright, well, we've got this little pocket done. I think we may wind it down. Maybe we'll pay one more visit to the builders and see how they're feeling. And then we'll probably move back to our chat, and then we'll stop for the day. Oh, hold on. There's tomfoolery happening in there. Maybe we're not going to go there after all. But things are coming together here. Very much so. Starting to take shape. The exterior around it is really closed off already, which is great because it's not a big patch of grass anymore, which is a big difference. I'm going to keep working on this probably in the next few days. I'll work on the grass area around here and the walkway down and all that stuff. And I'll leave the exterior to the guys who've already started building because I don't want to sort of butt in and get in the way of their stuff. But it has definitely been a fun 3.5 hours. This has been a really busy stream, which is why it went so long. We've averaged between 20 and 30 people for almost the whole thing, which is amazing. If we can average between 20 and 30 people every stream, honestly, I could see myself doing these every week or every week or two, assuming that Star's available as well. I think that'd be a long time to stream alone, but part of the part that gets tiring...
We're just talking about the silent stream thing, and like...
Yeah, now the silent stream thing, I think might be until after I've moved to a different place and I have a different setup, because the thing with the silent stream is if I'm not going to be talking while I stream, I'm going to want to be talking in chat to people, like in the YouTube chat, and to do that I would need 2 monitors instead of just one humongous monitor like I have now. So that may have to wait a while, probably in the summer, and then we'll see what my new setup is like and that kind of thing. But if we're going to get between 20 and 30 people a stream, it's really easy to stream for a long time because there's like activity in the chat, there's people talking, and it makes the stream a lot easier than if I'm just... Like when we were doing Hightail, I think it was difficult because there wasn't much interaction with chat, so it made it hard to find things to talk about for 3 hours. But not so much with today. So let me take a quick... We'll take a quick fly over of everything we've done here, and then for those of you who are on the server with us, I will... I don't play Survival Agent, so I don't know what that's like. But the debug stick is a really important tool for building, for sure. It should almost be something you could be able to craft. They could call it, like, I don't know, builder's hammer or builder's wrench or something, and then you're able to use it like a debug stick. And maybe it limits what you can do. Like maybe you can't waterlog blocks, but adjusting how a fence goes with a builder's hammer would be a pretty cool idea, I think. Really good progress all around. The exterior looks like it probably, if I know the build team, they're probably going to finish it today, honestly. And I would keep streaming, but I'm starting to lose my voice, and I don't want that to happen. So, all right, those of you who are still here, and are a visitor, maybe meet me underneath the sign, and I will drop something for all of you guys as a reward for hanging out. What should I drop them, Star?
You give your Max an axolotl, you give him a nautilus.
What are the enchantments you can put on a fishing rod?
Lure, Luck of the Sea, Unbreaking Mending.
Visitors, once you receive your gift, please move out of the area. We're not going to finish with that song, that's for sure. Okay. Thank you to all the visitors. I think that's everyone. I mean, there are other visitors around. I don't know if they're necessarily watching the stream, though. We're at 3 others now, Star. And the online list still says 20, even though we're at 21. So
It says 21 in the corner.
Where?
On the left-hand side, it says players 21.
Yeah, but look at the top.
Oh.
Anyone else want to... What is that? Oh, it's a...
I also noticed the time isn't updating.
No, it's correct.
The bottom
That's
of the
correct.
tablet.
It's giving me the correct time.
Mine's not.
It says the right time, but the seconds aren't moving. Last call for anyone who wants the rod, the fishing rod, as a reward for hanging out with me during the stream. You can make your way to the sign, and then we're gonna wrap it up after that. We've got a few more people, a few more stragglers coming in here. Gannibal, take your fishing rod if you're watching. I don't know if you are. Here, Gannibal. And Gannibal and I didn't see the name of the person with the brown skin. You also get one of these. Shadow Tiger. Both of you guys get a helmet as well. Nice. Okay, well, this was the best stream I've done on my channel. This has been the best month I've had in making YouTube content. I've really enjoyed making the content, and I think you guys hopefully have enjoyed watching it as well. And so I want to keep that sort of momentum going. Hopefully I keep making content you guys enjoy. I'm gonna have a video. Everything goes according to plan. There will be a Minecraft Building Toronto video out later this week, showcasing either the Delta Hotel or that block that I showed you earlier with the trapezoid business going on. Star, any final thoughts, comments, feedback?
I am amazed with the progress on the aquarium.
I am as well. I can't believe that they got so much of it done. So, like I said, thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate the support of the channel, and I know all of our builders appreciate the support of the project. If you are new to the channel, you're watching the stream, and you enjoyed and you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button to catch future content on the channel. And there are a lot of new viewers as well here. If you're new and you want to catch up on how we got to where we are today, most of this map has been documented with the Building Toronto playlist. So check out that playlist. You can start from the very first build, which I started way back in 2017, up until what we've done today. So, and then obviously, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit, or enjoyed the stream, be sure to hit the like button, because these streams do stay up after they're over. So, you can definitely watch them later. You don't need to watch them now, so you missed parts of it and stuff like that. And you want to catch up, you definitely could. So, thank you all. Star, thank you as always for joining the stream, keeping me company, giving us things to talk about so that I'm not talking into the abyss. I think that's it. Feels wrong ending on such a good song, though, like in the middle of the song. How much of the song's left? We still have 5 minutes of alpha. I think that's too long. So we will end the music. Star, thanks again. Thanks everyone for watching. My name is Gamefruitpulp. We've built some of the aquarium, not all of it, but we made good progress. Hope you guys all enjoyed, and I will catch you all next time. Have a good one.